Hello, welcome back. Sorry I missed my Monday episode. For anybody that watches every one in order. Just chaotic on Monday. It was Canada Day, so I went down to the fireworks with the kids and the wife and did that, so I didn't really have time to record. So this is going up on a Tuesday night, and then I got one for tomorrow night. So Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday this week. But I'm going to get right into it here. And I'm going to get in with one of my favorite horror movies from the 2000s. This is The Grudge. This hasn't gotten a 4K release yet. But if it does, I'll definitely be picking it up because this one's a 5 for me. 5 out of 5. When I first seen this in the theater with my wife, this one had parts in it that creeped me out so bad that I remember walking home with her, because that was back when we first met. We were both really young, and I just remember walking home with her and us both being really creeped out, and just good memories with this one. I love the opening scene where the girl's in the attic closet, walk-in attic thing. She's locked in there, and the noise, that noise, and then her head coming down. I remember that scaring the shit out of me. And although there isn't a shit ton of scary moments for the rest of the movie, I still think it has lots of good ones. But it also has just an excellent storyline. Like, I like this version better than all the Japanese versions. I think this one's the scariest. I just like this one better. Who directed this one? Takashi Shimizu. Yeah, stat cast: Bill Pullman. You got Clea Duvall, Katie Strickland, obviously the stars, Sarah Michelle Gellar. But yeah, man, love this scene. I wish, I'm really hoping this gets a 4K in the near future. Like, Scream Factory just put out The Ring, all the American Ring movies. So I'm hoping that they get their hands on this Grudge franchise and give us, what was there, 3 of these? 4 technically, because there was the remake in not the remake, but the spin-off in 2020. So it could be a 4-movie box set, just on the American ones alone, let alone the Japanese ones. So I would be really happy with a Grudge 4K collection from Scream. Yeah, this is just the regular Blu-ray. It includes the theatrical and the unrated. I think the unrated only adds maybe, I want to say, it doesn't say on here, but, oh wait, does it? It adds 7 minutes, the unrated. Adds 7 minutes over the theatrical. And I'm not 100% sure what the 7 minutes are. I don't remember. I've seen the theatrical when it was actually in the theater. But I only watched the unrated on here, so I can't compare. I don't know what the difference is in the scenes, but either way, you can watch both versions if you have this. Excellent movie. Probably watch this another 50 times in my life. What's up next here? I'm gonna jump over to, this is a Scream Factory release. This is the 4K of Alligator from 1980. This was the first time I watched this movie when I bought this, which it's a 3-disc, so it comes with the 4K here, regular edition. Then you got the theatrical version on Blu-ray and the television version on Blu-ray. That's probably super cut. I've only actually seen this movie on the 4K version, which I'm guessing is unrated. But this is, in my opinion, one of the greatest alligator movies of all time. Or crocodile movies. It would, if I was doing a top 10 croc and alligator films, this would be in the top 10 for me. I know a few others that I liked a lot. Crawl would probably be in there. Lake Placid, a bunch. I'm not going to go through all the other ones. I'll just talk about this one. But this one, oh man, it was my first time watch about a year ago, and then I watched it again a couple days ago. And what's the name of the guy? Robert Forster. Excellent in this. Has a lot of good like lines where other people are talking to him too, and they're always putting him down for some reason. I noticed, like, just like stabs at him all the time, and I obviously it's some kind of joke for back then, and I just don't understand it because I don't know enough about what was going on. Like, but they're like aging jokes. Like they keep commenting on his hairline, just as how he's getting old. Basically, is all the jokes. So obviously there's something there. But yeah, man, the alligator looks fucking awesome in this. This is classic, like, flush your pet down the toilet, basically. And it grows up in the sewer and becomes, like, I remember telling that when I was a kid. Like, hearing that. Sorry, not telling it. I remember hearing about how, like, New York City, people would flush their pet gators down the toilet, and they would go into the sewer and grow into giant beasts and eat people. I just remember that. I don't know why. Just weird. So this does that. This is literally that story. I don't know if this is where it started. Not sure on that. I'd have to look into the history of that old wives' tale and just see if it came from this movie, because it's what it is. But when it finally bursts through the ground, like, the special effects on the alligator are fucking awesome. When it's eating people, it's just, it feels brutal, and I loved it. Like I said, great storyline, solid acting, awesome special effects, just some good alligator kills, and some comedy to boot. This is a definite buyer. If you don't have this 4K, or have it on Blu-ray at least, definitely pick this up. It's loaded with special features too. You got audio commentaries. I'm not huge on audio commentaries. It's not something I care about a ton, but I do watch them on movies that I enjoy a lot. You got interviews with a bunch of different actors from it. Tons of audio commentaries. You got interviews with the screenwriters. You got Trailers from Hell. That's Joe Dante's YouTube channel, right? Trailers from Hell. With filmmaker Karen Kuzman on Alligator. But yeah, it's directed by Louis Teague. Definitely grab Alligator. I also have the second one somewhere too, which I haven't watched yet, but that'll probably be coming up in a future episode. I have the second one from Scream Factory as well. It's only on Blu-ray. So that'll probably come up soon, because I enjoyed this one so much that I'm definitely gonna throw that second one in and give it a try. Next up here, I have a shout out to Canada Day, actually. Actually, I'm gonna do these two next, because they're both Canadian-made movies. So the first one here is made by David Cronenberg. This is from Criterion. This is Videodrome. This is only the Blu-ray. I never upgraded to the 4K. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not a huge fan of this movie. Like, I love the casing though. It's like an old VHS tape. What's it come with? So this is another one that I watched for the first time in the last couple of years, and I've seen it again since. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a huge fan of this one, and this is one of his most highly praised movies. This is a thick booklet, like, it is tons. It tells all of, well, I didn't read it, so I don't know, but I'm assuming it's gonna walk you through the entire making of the movie, how it came to be. That's what these books usually do. I didn't read this one because I didn't really like this movie. To me, this movie's like a 2 out of 5, maybe a 2.5. If I'm being generous, I'll give it the extra half just based off the cool special effects. But like, it's not shit. I just, maybe I need to give it a third try, because this is like one of the most highly praised movies, horror movies of the entire 80s. And it kind of let me down. So when I first went into it about a year and a half ago, when I first bought this Criterion, I was really looking forward to a masterpiece of a film. And I see the elements there. Like, it feels like it's Academy Award worthy for horror movies. And it feels like it's towing that line, but I don't know. I wasn't a big fan of it. I didn't get super excited. Some of the scenes were cool. Some of them felt kind of unnecessary, but I give it props because of just how wild it is. Like when you stick in the head into the TV and the like vagina he gets on his stomach that puts tapes in, and I'll give it a 2.5. It might go up for me upon third viewing, but yeah, great Canadian director David Cronenberg. I have seen most of his movies, and I would actually rate this one in the bottom half for me of his catalog, believe it or not. And then next up here, I have My Bloody Valentine from Scream Factory. This is the 4K Steelbook. Just beautiful piece of art here. This is so nice that I didn't even bother upgrading to the 4K with the slipcover. Like, honestly, I don't know how much better this classic movie could look. It comes with the uncut version and the theatrical version. I don't know how much better, I know I just said that, this movie could look, just because of how low budget it is, that even if they could make it look a tiny bit better, is it worth that like $40 price tag for the upgrade? To me, no. I've said this before. If I have a Scream Factory movie on Blu-ray, unless it's some kind of beautiful packaging that's going to be better than the one I already have, and it would have to be a movie that's like one of my favorites from Scream Factory, that's the only way I'd ever upgrade to the 4K and get rid of my Blu-ray. It's just not enough. The movies are already, they're old, grainy movies. All the 4K is doing is giving you a little tiny bit more color, maybe a little bit better sound quality. But it's not worth how much they're charging if you already have it. If it isn't, then yeah, the 4K is. But here's the thing. I would still recommend this beautiful Steelbook if you don't have the movie. And this is a freaking classic. I would say that this is... I can't give you an exact number. I'd have to sit down and really rank that. Maybe I'll do that in a future episode. Even if I have to bring some of these back into an episode in the future. So far on my channel, I haven't covered the same movie twice. And I don't plan on ever doing that. But I guess if I ever start doing episodes where this is my top 10 of this, John, or this, I would have to bring some pieces back into the fold. If I ever do a top, like, 80s slasher movies, pretty sure this would be in my top 10 for 80s slashers. I don't know what exact number it would be at, but I love the creepy setting that this takes place in. The whole atmosphere of the movie, it feels so Canadian too. Like when the people are talking, you can hear their Canadian accents in some scenes. It's really funny. I get a good laugh at it because I have a pretty strong Canadian accent sometimes too. And you can really hear it here that they were casting Canadian actors. But yeah, if you've never seen My Bloody Valentine, I like the remake from 2009. I actually think it's really well done. It's different as well. They change up the story. It's not the exact same thing as this. So if you've seen that, you can still watch this, and it will still be different enough that you're not just watching an older version of a movie you've already seen. There's enough there that's different. And like the kills are freaking awesome in this. Just like in the new one. Yeah, give it a watch. It's a top 80s slasher to me. Next up here, I'm going to do both of these together. I had a Liam Neeson double feature on 4K. And that's Cold Pursuit and The Commuter on 4K here. Huge Liam Neeson fan. I know there's not a lot of people that would say that, but I've loved the last decade of Neeson action movies. And both of these are great. The Commuter, I would say, is one of his best action movies in the last... Well, this is over a decade now. I think this is like 2000... Freaking... What year is this? Doesn't say, of course. I'll just say two of his best in his last decade. Even if I'm wrong, now that it's 2024. I'll start with Cold Pursuit. So, this one mixes comedy with action. And, like, everyone's over the top. Like, the bad guy in this is just ridiculous. Some of the things he says, some of his actions when he is talking to his underlings, they're just, like, ridiculous. Just stupid, over-the-top action movie type lines and stuff he does. And then Liam Neeson gives an excellent performance in here. He has the son of the main bad guy, and he's kidnapped him basically to hold him hostage in order to, because of plot reasons. I don't want to ruin the whole storyline. There's not a whole ton of storylines in these action flicks, but the kid likes being with Liam Neeson more than his family because his family's a bunch of like criminals, shitty people. So he's like getting Liam Neeson to like read him bedtime stories at one point, and it's just, there's some good stuff in here. Good action movie. Check it out. I won't spend a lot of time on these because I know they're really niche. And then The Commuter here. This stars Vera Farmiga and Patrick Wilson. Both the stars of, yep, they're the second two names right after. It's also got Sam Neill, but they're the second two names right after Liam Neeson's. I don't want to ruin the entire plot because it does have a little bit of a twist ending, but basically Liam Neeson's an old retiring man. He's basically being let go from his job because of his age, and the company's doing cutbacks. So he gets on this commuter train that he takes every day for the last 30 years, and he's on his way home to have to tell his wife that he's been canned basically, and because of old age, and that they're screwed. They have to pay off debt still and stuff. And then he gets a phone call, and it's Vera Farmiga, and she's got this deal for him that she'll pay him a certain amount of money if he can do this thing for her, and it's find this certain person on the train. And then the plot begins, and you don't know why. People start to get killed. It becomes such a good thriller. Like, I think this is one of his best movies. I can't say his best movies of all time because, like, before the 2010s, he did, like, Dark Knight, or Batman Begins, sorry, and, like, some pretty big name movies throughout his career. But for the 2010s, I would say this might be his best movie. Like, I think I like this more than Taken. So definitely give Commuter a try if you haven't seen it. I think it's an excellent action film. I got two pieces left here. This is another Scream Factory, actually. I just picked this up last month. I bought it off of somebody on Facebook Marketplace. This is Slither. I don't have the slip, because I wasn't willing to pay what people were asking just for a slip cover. It's freaking ridiculous. Like, I think I got this movie for $18 off somebody on Facebook Marketplace. It's hard to get movie right now. And then other people are selling it with the slip for like 50. It's like, so do I want to pay $18 or do I want to pay 50 just to have a piece of cardboard on it? I'm always going to choose the 18. The slips aren't that important. But yeah, what can I say about Slither? Anybody that hasn't seen it needs to check it out. It's written and directed by James Gunn, who did Guardians of the Galaxy, amongst a whole bunch of others, Suicide Squad. Now he's going to be the head of the new DC universe, which I'm excited for. But yeah, this one stars Elizabeth Banks, Nathan Fillion, freaking Michael Rooker's awesome in this. Great little, like, alien organism movie. It lands here, it gets into Michael Rooker, and it's just gory and fucking cool monster design, and lots of icky scenes that are just gross, and good acting from everybody. It's a fun horror movie. I really like Slither. What year was this? 2006? This is 2006. Wow, jeez, coming up on 20 years old. Like, man, some of these movies make me feel old. But yeah, excellent scenes. Lots of great little slug moments and shit. If you haven't seen Slither, give it a watch. I'm pretty sure most people that are watching movie channels on YouTube have probably seen something like Slither. It's culty. And then my last one for this episode. This is the original Tremors from Arrow. The nice thick 4K here. Comes with a bunch of collectible shit. What do we got here? City of Perfection. I might keep this out and put this up somewhere, actually. This is pretty cool. I didn't even realize it came with this. The American Graboid. The whole freaking picture of it. Yeah, I might keep that out and put that up somewhere around. It's a tiny little thing. Leave that out. What else does this come with? Oh, sorry, this isn't the 4K. I forgot that I bought the Blu-ray collector's edition, and it was so, like, expensive for stuff. And when they put out the 4K, I'm like, it's like the same box, same case, all the same bonus stuff. So do I want to pay another like $65 just to fucking upgrade just a picture? So I didn't. But so this one still comes with all the good stuff. Like, it comes with the movie and the bonus disc of endless special features. Ridiculous amount. Special features, like, it is absolutely stacked in that department. What else we got here? We got 50% off. Walter Chang's Market. Oh, I gotta put all these back in the case. What I'm doing there. Duh. Came with some of these art cards here. The back just has that picture, but all the front ones are all these. I'll do a quick little rundown of all these art cards here. There's a whole bunch, geez. Just pictures from the film and set. I don't really know why these are included in these collector's editions. Like, does anybody... Like, if anybody loves these things, then let me know in the comments. But I've never really cared about these as a special edition. Like, I don't know. It's weird, unless it's like some kind of really awesome artwork or something. But usually they're just like pictures from the movie. It's, I don't know. Whatever, if they want to include it, they can. Not gonna complain. Came with an awesome poster here. Pretty solid stuff. It's got the classic freaking artwork there from the original. And it's got some new stuff on the back, in case you'd rather that. I definitely prefer that original artwork. The new stuff's cool too, though. Jeez. But that original is just creepy. Who doesn't love Tremors? If you haven't seen Tremors, first off, where have you been? Why are you a loser? And get a life. But no. Tremors is fucking excellent. This is like 90s greatness right here. I would rate this as one of the best horror movies of the 90s. Shout out to Brendan from Our Life in Horror as well. Pretty sure this is one of his favorite horror movies ever made. Look at the size of this booklet. Jesus. This is a beast. Yeah, just tons and tons of info here. Massive amounts. Everything you'd ever want there. Yeah, good packaging, obviously. And that's why, like, this came with all this. And then they announced the 4K, and I'm like, it's all the same stuff, but you get the 4K disc instead of the Blu-ray disc. And do I want to pay that much when I already have this one? Not really. So I never bothered. I'm just like, fuck it. I will just keep it at this. This is good enough. Picture can't look that much better. Like, I heard it's beautiful, but so is this. Like, this is a beautiful looking transfer as well, so good enough, right? But yeah, anybody that hasn't seen it, it's a bunch of giant fucking earthworms, basically, that they call graboids. And this first movie only has giant, thick, underground ones. And that's what you use, or that's what they use in the first movie. And then the sequels start to add different kinds in. You get, like, I won't talk about sequels in case I do them in future episodes. But this one has Kevin Bacon, Fred Ward, Michael Gross, Reba McEntire's in this, amongst a whole bunch of other people. Pat Morita, I believe. Whole bunch of other people as well. Like, everybody's a face you've seen before. And yeah, basically they're just underground earthworms, and if you make any noise, they grab you and eat you. So I used to love this movie. This movie was so popular when I was a kid. I remember playing games on playgrounds with my friends in public school, where we would have to stay off the ground games and stuff, because graboids are gonna get you and shit. So this one had a big influence on pop culture in general, to be honest, because that kind of stuff, right? Created trends. But yeah, if you haven't seen Tremors, give it a watch. You will not be disappointed. As a matter of fact, you will not be disappointed with anything here, as per usual from me. I pretty much love everything all the time. Like, rarely a movie gets under a freaking 2 from me, which I know can seem pretty low, but I don't agree. Like, I don't know. Like, a 2.5 to me is an average movie. I don't start my average at like 7s, like most people. Like, if it's average, it gets a 7. My average is a 5 out of 10. If it's just an average movie that I might throw on again, I might not, it's probably a 2.5 out of 5 or a 5 out of 10. And then I go from there. So yeah, thank you for joining me yet again. And I will have another episode up tomorrow night with another pile. Tomorrow night's pile is a little bit smaller than this one, because I could only fit so much in, right? And it's been a busy weekend, Canada Day weekend here. So it's been busy. But yeah, I will see you in a couple days. Thank you.